Hello again, it's me, Sean. And today we're going to talk about Amatonormativity, the one true love complex. So it all starts with this one question: why can't we be friends? I think this is a question that nearly everyone asks themselves at some point in their life. I've asked it quite a few times myself. It can be hard to figure out what went wrong, what was miscommunicated, what chances were missed out on. And despite its depiction in the media, keeping a true friendship going is pretty hard work. For those who are serious about it, it's as hard as romantic relationships. Why don't they love me? Another common question. From a very young age, in many Western cultures, we're all taught to search for our one true love. I mean, sure, everyone also makes sure to put in qualifiers like find someone rich or famous or beautiful, but in the end, your soulmate is supposed to embody everything. You're conditioned to be empty and incomplete. You're supposed to find your other half. There are a shitload of things wrong with and quite frankly disgusting about the entire notion. Yet the most insidious damage that this idea has done is to poison friendship and non-monogamy. Don't burn me at the stake just yet, just listen closely. Amatonormativity. What the fuck is it? How is it related to the one true love complex? And how is it fucking up polyamory for everyone? Let's just pull out our handy dandy dictionary first. Amatonormativity, the assumption that a central, exclusive, amorous relationship is normal for humans and that it is a universally shared goal, and that such a relationship is normative, in the sense that it should be aimed at in preference to other relationship types. No thanks. I'm allergic to bullshit. But you're starting to get the idea, right? Humans in pair bonds, mated for life, producing offspring, till death do they part. It's what we were all taught was the one and only way to be, which means that friendships take a backseat, which means that assumptions of romance and sex color every interaction between men and women, which means that when couples open up, they treat their third like a toy, which means these couples have to overcome their jealousy because in so many ways they own their partner, which I'll be, talking about soon enough. And how even the queers are jumping on the bandwagon. And, the push for gay marriage happened for a reason. To be clear, I'm not here to bash marriage, commitment, or monogamy. I'm here to expose Amatonormativity's twisted ass. Because it doesn't create a culture of consent. It completely distorts and bends any intimate relationship in the eyes of everyone else. I mean, how many pairs of intimate friendships and disabled folks, aromantic or asexual duos feel weird that they can't identify as being solo poly because of the technicality that they happen to live with their best friend or partner that they may also happen to be having sex with? Or rather, put it this way, how can a non-romantic pair who have no intention of marrying and who aren't bound up in a metanormative behavior have couple privilege? Hint, they can't. Except for those random times in public where people assume they're a couple. But that happens to most male-female pairs regardless of their actual connection. And speaking of which, it's actually not really couple privilege anyway. It's just an assumption. Anyway, the point is that amatonormativity is so ingrained that it's getting in the way of discussions around the actual types of relationships that exist. Aromantic relationships and friendships, queer platonic friendships and relationships, intimate friendships and relationships of all kinds are overlooked, misunderstood, and erased in the ever-present fog of amatonormative pressure. It forces people to make choices that may not be good for them. It lies to people about their capabilities, needs, and desires, and it fucks up genuine connection in any kind of relationship. No wonder it's so hard and painful for so many people to transition into polyamory. And to that, the fact that dissecting and ridding oneself of that forceful nature is even tougher work. And you understand why most poly books and discussions revolve around how to deal with new partners, jealousy, engineering, reigniting passion, and sex. There's no in-depth discussion of abuse until after it happens, and the ways that amatonormativity actually leads to it. There's no conversations about intersectionality yet. We do have a rather special guest post coming up on Postmodern Woman. You might like it if you're interested, in intersectionality. But yeah, there's no acknowledgement of the experiences of the aromantic and or relationship anarchist minority, which is a shame, because we have a lot to teach about friendship, about transitions, about dedication, passion, and love beyond mere anarchy. If anyone had sat us down, and listened to our stories, the community wouldn't still be stuck with nothing but heterosexual, white, romantic icons to look up to. And these are the examples that the new non-monogamous generation will be finding it is not nearly enough if the non-monogamous community is not actually as ethical as it claims to be. I don't think the romance has died, far from it, but romance has become inextricably intertwined with amatonormativity and other oppressive and abusive structures. I don't think the problems couples face of losing their connection means that the romance is gone. I don't think the complaints about the dating culture being impersonal are about a lack of romance. Not at all. I think romance is still alive and well as ever. I think that what everyone is really losing out on is friendship. Amatonormativity denies us all kinds of intimacy and demands that we place all our needs, desires, and hopes into one person. And a person who isn't even ourselves at that. I think we could all benefit from learning how to be friendly to ourselves and others again. That's the very human element that romance can't replace, and maybe it's the only thing that has a higher chance of lasting a lifetime. Even if you think friendship is for suckers, you can still take a look at how amatonormativity has limited your own life and possibly hurt people close to you. Think of all the friends you could have made if friendship was more openly valued. Think of all the people who changed your life without romantic or sexual intentions. Remember the rest of it. Remember that the lessons you learned, and still are learning, through polyamory and non-monogamy came more naturally to us because we shook off amatonormativity from the start. So, when will you be free?